Okay, hi everyone. It is the last day of August, and I promised a video before the end of the month, and it took a while before I had something to share with you. And I think I've got something for you to watch that will be as revealing as the Newsbusters episode I had. Only this one is a 4-minute clip of a Star Trek episode. I'll get to it later in the video. It's all around the subject of the near-death experience, and I was stunned. Truly, I was stunned by how much information was placed in this little clip. So many of the things that my book is talking about makes it into this little short clip. So I'm going to get to that as kind of the reason I'm mostly doing the video, but I just want to also give you a few updates and share a few things. As you can see, I'm out in nature. I haven't done one of these in a long time where I've gotten outside my house, and the weather's been so bad, but I'm out here. I'm going to be picking blueberries after this, and I'll either add a short video about some insights on blueberries and prayer and a whole bunch of things that came to me, but I might do that as a small little separate video if I don't put it at the end. I'm actually going, you're going to get blasted by the sun, but I'm going up in that direction. There's a huge, just past this line of trees is a fantastic sort of small little rise, small little cliff, and it's just a spectacular blueberry area. So I'm going to be doing that today. The garden is coming along outstandingly well. I'll put a video in somewhere in the video here. I'll show you the garden and show you how well that's come along. The book is a week away. I think I'm still on track. It's been really, really hard. It's been a lot of hours and a lot of hard work. I've been very grateful for the people that are doing the editing on it and that have done some early reads, and the feedback has been excellent. Everybody's been really happy with it. I think you will too. But that's ready in about a week's time, and I've got it's kind of like a little bit of a break from the book to come out here and talk to you. So, before I get to the Star Trek episode, because it's been almost a month since I talked to you. Wow, this world's getting the crazy's being upped a notch constantly, and there's so many balls in the air of things that could explode. There's so many balls in the air. It's like, I can't imagine how they're going to keep all of those things running. And the insanity around everything is just spinning. Here in Norway, this is a story I know you won't have heard because it won't have made any media. It's a Norwegian story. So, and it's a perfect example of the insanity we're living in. So, Norway, which is one of the world's highest power producers, like this is a country that has more power, more energy available than you can imagine, and the prices, like everywhere, have skyrocketed through the roof with no real explanation as to why that should be. So there's the largest solar panel company in the country, and maybe in all Scandinavia, is claiming it may have to shut down its factory because its electricity prices are too high and they can't pay them. Now, what sort of marketing is that you are a company that is supposedly making products so that you can be off-grid and not have to be connected to the electrical system at all? Why wouldn't you just take some of your solar panels, go outside, set them up, take some wire, run them into batteries in your factory, and show the incredibleness of your product? It's honestly, it's one of these things that, again, the insanity level is just, it's through the roof. It's through the roof. And it's so insane that I don't see how this realm will ever regain its sanity without such a massive overhaul. I mean, we're going through a massive overhaul anyway, but the overhaul it would needed to rebring sanity here, I don't know if I can fathom it. But yeah, solar panel plant may have to go out of business because its electricity prices are too high. I wanted to share with you as well, before we get to the episode, the Star Trek episode, some information on the package that I received. Remember about a year ago, I received this very strange package from an unknown person. There was a video on it. I'll put the link below in case you don't know what I'm talking about and you want to go see it. Michael got one, Emily got one, I think Matt got one. I'm not sure who else got one of these things. Mine was a little more dark in what was being given to me. And I was concerned about what the purpose of this package actually was. About 3 weeks into beginning the research for this book, for this new book, I came to understand the package. That the package is actually something that is sent related to all of the things I'm working on in my book right now. My book is all about death. My book is all about crossing, in a sense, trying to cross death, see what's on the other side, see what's really going to happen, and bring back what is actually not very positive information. Bring back very unpositive information for people to prepare for what's going on. That is exactly the movie that he presented me. That is Sausage Party. Granted, in a very rather crude presentation, but that's it, right? The food finds out that they're going to the great beyond, which is not the wonderful heaven they expect. It's a place where they're all going to get eaten and die by the humans who bought them, and they're coming back to the store trying to tell them, don't leave the store, don't go to the store, don't go to the light. So that was in there. There was also the green ball, which of course now the green ball I'm not fully sure of yet. The emerald ball, I'm not really sure if that relates to the glass bead game, if that relates to being a seer, if it has some other purpose. So I'm still not sure on that one. But the poem now, because he sent me this really beautifully made poem as well, all about the green lion eating the sun, which I knew when I had mentioned it in the video. I knew that was an alchemic image. I knew that was an alchemic image. Very well known one, but I didn't understand the symbolism. Actually, I know it was an alchemic image, and I know what the researchers try to tell you it was, but now I understand what it is, and it's actually from something very late in the process. It is very much related to the after-death preparation. It's very much related to regaining your true power. It's in regaining the totality of your energy, let's put it that way, the totality of no longer being eaten by the predator beings, I guess, if you would say, as Carlos Castaneda would say it. So the package is quite remarkable, given that everything in the package relates to the experience I am now. What's interesting, of course, is he sent this package a year ago. So was he in a sense 1 year behind seeing when I was going to get to this project, and it was sent a bit early? Did he see 1 year in advance and he was sending it trying to push me along, or was I the one? I was supposed to start this project last year, and due to problems at the last farm I was on and how things were going there, I couldn't get to it. I was so unable to move into this new place of research that it was me that was the problem. I don't know, but it's amazing that it really did link to where it was going. So to whoever sent that, I can say, thank you for the insight and for the foresight, and hopefully the book project that comes out in a week, you will feel that what you sent came into some value. So I just thought I'd share that with you, that I think I have a better understanding of it. Okay, the Star Trek episode. So what this is from, and again, I'm going to leave the links below. I'm going to leave the link to, it's only a 4-minute segment that's on YouTube of a conversation that's happening, kind of. I'm going to leave the transcript link, because I found someone who had, made the script of the episode, so I'm going to put that up. If you happen to have the episode at home and you can watch it, great. That's even better. I think you have to own the CD set to potentially watch it. But it's from the Star Trek Voyageur series, and it's an episode called Coda. I don't know the number of it. Shortening the detail of it, the commander of the ship lands somewhere, I guess is being killed by an experience on the planet she lands on, going through a number of different time loops, redoing the experience to see something strange is going on. The doctors and the crew are trying to revive her and keep her alive, and near the end of it, she winds up in what she realizes is an after-death realm. She's in a holographic after-death realm, which looks like her ship and looks like her normal world, but is not. And she meets her dead father, or at least someone who's claiming to be her dead father. And they have this unbelievable conversation. And I don't want to, I want to let you kind of see it for yourself. But if you tick off the boxes of various deceptive parts of the near-death experience, they're all going to be in this segment. So again, I don't want to reveal them to you because I want you to feel you have the opportunity to see it yourself. And you're welcome to post in the comments, because I think I found like 6, 7, what you might call standard deceptive elements of the near-death experience that is the thesis of my book, right? It's the thesis of what I'm writing. So it was stunning to see it all just played out and presented this way. So yeah, go and see that. It was quite the thing for me, and yeah, helping me continue the process of getting this book ready. I'm still having to put in 10-hour days. It's not like I'm having any kind of break at all. It's hard work. I've got a timeline because my interviews on this book start like September the 8th, September the 9th are my first interviews about the subject. So my time frame is really tight. But it's also like, I have things to do in the garden. It's blueberry season. I have to go get the blueberries and get those put in, and just try to get a little bit of time for myself. So yeah, but the Star Trek thing, yeah, that was mind-blowing. Is there anything else I can tell you before we cross out here? I don't think so. I think that's all I have as an update. Like I say, I might give you, I had a conversation with my native medicine man friend who lives in France now. We had a discussion about prayer, because I've got prayer as part of the little bit of the book, and we were discussing it and talking about my experiences with how I pray before I go to blueberries. And Jerry shared me some stories of some stories from medicine men back in North America that he knew in some similar type areas, and I learned something. Wow, that's how prayer works, kind of. Oh, I see. Because it was very important to discuss prayer as again, you don't want to pray outside yourself, right? You don't want to be praying to a force or a being or anything outside yourself, because you don't really know what it is. You think you know what it is, but you don't know for sure, so you don't know what kind of energy you're creating. You don't know if you're actually opening a doorway or making yourself pray. Like I said, are you praying and opening a door, or are you just becoming prey and getting your energy sucked and your life manipulated? But when you pray within, that changes everything. And in this case, if you're praying to that what's in your environment in a particular way, which again, I might put this at the end of the video. I might just pop it in at the end here. I should actually, since I've talked about it. So I will put this at the end of the video as a small little audio segment after. And you can hear about prayer. It's going to be in the book anyway, but you can hear about it early. And yeah, I guess that's it. The audio portion will finish this, and I'll say now, thanks everybody for support, for being a part of the journey, for being a part of the channel. I mean, I think for those of you who've been around for a while, I know there's been a lot that have come and gone. They see some things, they like it, then they hear I'm talking about something they don't like, and they just leave. But some of you have kind of been around, maybe, since quite a long ways. A few I know even from way back when I first started in 2020. And I hope anyway, one thing you've seen is that there's been growth in the channel. There's been growth in me. There's been growth in the material. I haven't just talked about the same thing constantly. I've been working through my own journey through these through these conversations and through the writings and everything else, that I've come to a really different place and a really different presentation than where I was 2 years ago when I first started this. And, the people who've been a part of this, commenting, sharing things, you've been a part of that journey. You've been a part of my work, of my, I don't call it transformation. I don't know if I've transformed, but I've changed. I'm a bit different now. And you've been a part of that. And you've been supportive with donations, with buying books, with helping to also look after some of the financial ends of life, which has been a huge assistance, which has allowed me to keep going and keep focusing on things like this and give me the space to focus on the 3 or 4 months of writing the book. So thanks for being there. For those who've been around for a while, thanks for being part of a journey and feeling like the journey was going somewhere, feeling like, yeah, this guy's interesting, but, bored of me in a couple of weeks, that you feel that there's been something that's happening here, something that's going, and that maybe that's in some way been helpful to you as well, to see that you've all gone through your own journeys and your own changes and your own understandings as you've worked through hearing my very non-traditional, non-normal presentation of reality, and which is going to get even more harsh in the book and in the interviews and in the videos that are coming up. I'm going to be getting much more direct, much more laying things on the line for people. But hopefully that's been helpful for you, to be able to sit back and determine what you need to do and believe and focus on, and not believe, right? No, what beliefs you need to get past, so that you can get to the point of an inner knowing. Because again, the journey is this way. Everything about the journey is inward. Outward is just pointers and information and concepts. The journey is inward. And this is a great realm where lots of intellectualization can happen. If you want to have intellectual knowledge, you can turn on thousands of channels, read thousands of books, and you're going to get bombarded with minds that are far advanced than mine. But at the end of the day, you have to ask, well, where's that really taken you? Has that taken you inward? Has that been able to actually take you to the point where you can say, now I have to get rid of all of this intellectual information. It's not really that of value. Now I have to get into intuitive feeling, intuitive knowing, intuitive connection to the self, intuitive connection to the totality. Because that's where the freedom lies. The freedom is not out there, right? The freedom is here. And it just has to be, I don't want to say refound, it has to be remembered, right? That's a standard word, remembered. It's like it's been dismembered from us. It's like it's somewhere else, and we've had to reobtain it and reattach it back to ourselves, you might say. And that's the journey. The journey is inward. And I'm grateful you guys have come along with me on this journey, and I'll stop talking now, share the stuff with Blueberries with you here, and see you when the book is ready in about a week. Go watch a Star Trek episode. I think it's going to be surprising, and I'll be curious what you guys have all found. Some of you will find probably stuff I didn't even notice. Cheers. So when you look down this way, you get a view of, we've got a little bit of squash there. This is cabbage and kale plants going that way. These are, more, they're called, I guess in here they're grancal, but they're called kale, I guess, in English. Regular cabbage, more lettuce. We've grown a ton of lettuce this year. It's just been, we just went crazy. We can't even eat enough, and the people around us don't eat a lot of lettuce. We've got red beets that way. Going in that direction, there's the potato crop, and there's also some carrots and some other things down there. They're growing well. I think the potatoes are actually ready. And then just over on this side, you can probably get a chance to see, we've got more kale, more lettuce, more root plants down there. And then as I come back up the pathway, past this area, now we get into another lettuce area. We were so wanting fresh lettuce, and the original seeds weren't growing well that we grew like so much, and we're just overgrown. And these are all of our squash plants, and they're growing outstandingly well. We're gonna get, as you can see, we're gonna get a lot of squash. This one plant has about 7 or 8 squash growing in there already. We've got more squash. This one here, this bed I have to put more soil in today, actually. I've got it. But this is where most of our herbs are, be they various types of parsley, dill. The dill here looks a little dry, so I think this one needs an extra watering. It's been a heavy duty day yesterday, so I'm going to give it soil after this and another watering. It's been very hot for a couple days.